They were on. I remember there was Zoom, I would have stayed for without that win.
I think you can just rearrange the room.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very good.
Okay. Welcome to this evening's Board of Abatement hearings. I'm Carol Dawes. I'm Chair of the Board of Civil Authority Board of Abatement. Those Board of Abatement members who are here, raise your hands, just so those who are seeking, yeah, Carly, that includes you. There you go. Okay. So the first item on our agenda, I do want to make sure those who have, who are zooming in, you can hear us okay?
Yes.
I'll assume Amanda can hear us. All right. So the first item on our agenda is approve the minutes of the September 24th, 2025 meeting. Do we have a motion to approve those minutes?
So moved.
Thank you. Was that Beth?
Yeah.
Thank you. And a second? What's the, I can't read the, Amanda says yes, something.
Yes, she can hear.
Okay,
Camera's
perfect.
off.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Thank you. Who said that? Sarah. Okay, any notes, corrections, comments on the minutes? If not, all those in favor of approval signify by saying aye. Those online can raise your hands.
Aye.
And those opposed, nay. Okay, the minutes are approved. And now we will go into the schedule of hearings. The first hearing is 2026-15, which is for 16 Willie Street. This is for fees associated with the water bill and frozen and broken outside Silcock. I don't see John here. Are there any, we will consider it in deliberative session, so are there any questions or comments that the board members would like to make? Okay, and I will declare that hearing closed. And we'll move on to the next one. The next hearing is M&S Properties 2026-16, and that one has been withdrawn. So there will be no further action on that one. And the next one is 2026-17, Sarah Hellman, 43 Fortney Place. Sarah is a member of the Board of Abatement, but I'm assuming is recusing herself from further action on all the Fortney Place? Correct. Requests? Okay, perfect. Would you like to come up and have a seat? And I'll ask you to take the oath. Under the pains and penalties of perjury, do you solemnly swear that the evidence you give in the cause under consideration shall be the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. Are there other members of the Board of Abatement who would like to disclose any ex parte communications or reasons why they should recuse themselves from this hearing? Okay. Just doing the due diligence.
Yep.
So, and did you receive a copy of the rules of procedure and all that? So you're aware, you got them through other avenues, but yes. Okay. So go ahead and present your supporting evidence and what you'd like to say.
So my application is based on the removal of plowing services, plowing and salting services by the city We were notified, I think you guys have a letter from the city that I submitted with my application, from Brian Baker stating that they were no longer going to be plowing private streets. I didn't even know my street was private, to be honest. And so it was like September, I think, when that was sent to us, which didn't give us a whole lot of time to make arrangements. Thankfully, we were able to find K-Bell Vance, who has been plowing our street for a pretty penny. And I did bring invoices of all the snow plowing and salting so far, which totals right around $3,000, or what did I come up with? $22.50, I believe is what I added in my head. There's one invoice that is duplicated, but there's also one that was missing, so I filled in the correct information from the missing one. I don't know if you can use that or not, but it's all legit. And yeah, so I mean, that's really kind of all of it. We're having to spend extra money on the homeowners on our street this year are having to spend extra money to pay for plowing, which has been provided to us since I moved in 2021, and other folks on the street will tell you longer than that, as they have been there longer than that. So, do you want me to give these to you, or?
Yeah, we'll take them, but hang on for right now, Sarah. No reason to leap up here right now. Are there any questions from members of the board? Yeah.
Sarah, the sum of those invoices, is that just, does that include, do they go up into your driveways?
No.
They do not, it's just
No,
the street,
just
they
the
leave the
street.
mound of snow at the end of your
I
driveway?
have another guy that plows my driveway.
Okay, and that's the total for the street, so everyone in this room is responsible for everyone on these 14 place,
And there's one additional homeowner that didn't submit an application,
that is
not on that list, so it's
paying for it.
divided
Okay.
amongst 5. There's a 6th home on the street that is vacant, so we've been picking that up.
So per household, how much is it?
2250 divided by 5. I can't do that in my head, but
Are those invoices to date, and do you expect future plowing to occur during?
yes, this is to date. It's the end of February, so I expect that we'll get another month, maybe even more.
So you pay by plow as opposed to by season?
Correct. So far, it's been $450 per person, but that's probably going to double. Anyway,
And that's the cost per property to date for the year, correct?
for the snow season.
Are there other questions? Yeah.
I actually, Patty Bisson, Board of Abatement, I need to recuse myself from this one because I live and pay for maintenance on a previously city-maintained street myself.
Okay.
So we were one of 7 streets under this letter.
Yeah, we're School Street.
Yeah, Rosemary.
Sarah, your deed makes no reference to the private nature of the road.
Yeah, and I don't know where to find that. I was told it would be in the deed, and it's not.
It's not.
So I don't know where it says that specifically. Again, we weren't left with much time to do any sort of investigating or figure things out. If you look at what's the map used that they, online
The
map?
GIS
The
mapping?
GIS map shows the property line going to the other side of the road. Adjacent to the road is all city property, Kennelly's Woods, which is owned by the city. The city comes into our street to plow the turnaround that's directly across from my property anyway, so they're coming to plow that anyway, and salt it, but they're not doing the road.
I didn't see in your packet of materials a copy of the letter that was sent by Brian Baker, but there were copies in a couple of the other packets. Unfortunately, they're very dark, so they're a little hard to read. But you had put in your narrative that it had to do with, that the city decision was based on advice from their insurance carrier.
That's what I was told. I was told that by the city manager.
Are there other questions? Michael?
Can you just clarify, so if the road is not plowed, the city has to drive through snow to plow out a section?
That's what they're plowing. I mean, I haven't been watching them, if they get there before or after Cape Elevance, but I guess that would be the case, yeah.
If it's a private road, are they allowed to go on it?
Question?
Yeah, go ahead, Tom.
I missed the question. I'm sorry, it's the technology. Is the city doing some plowing there for some reason?
So if you look at this, when you drive onto the street, everything to your left is all city property. And about, I don't know, 100 yards, maybe less, up is a turnaround area for service vehicles, for emergency vehicles. I think originally it was a parking space, parking area for Canales Woods. Doesn't really get used that way. There's a permit parking sign there that the city put up years ago, and that is city property, and that gets plowed by the city, but they do not plow the rest of the road.
I have a couple of follow-up questions if I could.
Go ahead, Tom.
Okay, what do you understand? Were you told what the legal concern was? What is the city? What kind of liability? Damage that they?
That
What do you
was
think?
all I was told was liability was the issue.
Oh,
I wasn't told exactly what kind of liability, just liability.
and one other question: what do you say to someone that could say, "Well, there's been years of this benefit that now you got to pick up the tab." That there was some something you weren't owed this plowing, and now you're not getting it. But
I could stomach that a little better if I had been given a year notice to be able to budget and save money for the plowing.
and I guess one more. What about the amount that you're asking? What how'd you come up with that number?
To be honest, it was kind of a shot in the dark. I didn't have any information to go on as to what the total cost would be to me. I may have overshot, I don't know. We won't know until the end of the snow season.
Okay, thank you.
Other questions from the people online or in the room? Michael?
So the invoices you have give us an exact amount up to now, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, and you had included the work agreement with Bellavance in your packet, but it's not signed.
I have the signed copy if you'd like it.
Okay.
I'd have to email it to you.
And it appears that the agreement is between them and you acting as agent on behalf of the residents of Fort Meade Place?
Yep, that's just how that happened. Yeah, I mean, if everybody else bails, I'm responsible for the total cost.
Additional, Michael?
I don't know if this is a question to ask, but.
Then don't.
Okay.
Discretion is the better part of valor.
Be valiant, Michael.
Okay. Carly, do you have anything that you would like to, any evidence or opinions that you have with regards to assessment of the property or the value of the private road or anything? Do you have anything to add?
I don't think so. Someone had a specific question they wanted to ask me. think the assessed values include all of the land at this point.
You might want to repeat that.
Could you say that again? I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, so our assessed values, we assess, there's a value for the land. And so, based on what I understand, all the land, which includes that driveway portion, is part of the assessed value.
It is now or will be?
It is.
Can I ask?
Tanya?
Thank you. My question is, for Carly, I guess, when you're saying that it's based, the assessed value is for the land that the property owner owns, it doesn't include our, like an assessed value for services that are provided, like plowing. Is that what you're suggesting?
Yeah, assessed values don't include like services like plowing, but my understanding of this situation is that the property owners own part of, Fortney Place at the end of their, like it goes to the city's property line, so that piece of land is included in their assessed value.
Okay.
So each property owner on Fortney Place owns a portion of what is considered the road?
Yes, I
Is
believe so.
assessed
Would it be
based on
helpful if I pulled up the map?
And there's right of ways built into that.
Yeah.
Yes, but I don't know how to allow you to share it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
So does that mean like, I'm not sure who owns the first house, but the first house on the street, everyone else is driving over their property to get to their house and then all the way down. So if you're the first house, you're giving everybody the rights to drive over your land to get to their house.
Yep, and I'm number 4. So there's two past me, but yeah.
Okay, are there any additional questions, Tom?
Yeah, along the lines of what Sonia was asking. As a resident of the city, we get a number of services, police and fire and plowing of the roads. We don't have garbage removal, that's one we don't have. So I don't know if there's any way to calculate the value of that service that probably not. That's what I just throw out there. I don't know if the assessor has any, maybe that's the question, the exact question that Sonia did ask.
There's not necessarily a way to calculate the value. That would be hard to do. What I will say is that in other communities, like if you look at East Montpelier or some of the communities with lakes, there are people with very long shared driveways, and they figure out a similar situation where they're all paying for the portion of the plowing. And that's just kind of part of their maintenance. They consider that part of their driveway. There's people in the city who have really long driveways. It's not necessarily, doesn't necessarily take away from the value of their property.
Are the mailboxes at the end of the street, or does each house have a mailbox?
Each house has a mailbox. I will say, of the private streets that were named in that letter, Forney Place is paved. I think it's the only one that's paved. It's wider than all the rest. And, like I said, if we had been given, much more notice to be able to plan and budget for plowing services, that would be one thing, but this was sprung on us very last minute with just a month or so to plan. So, I'm trying to coordinate 5 different homeowners and get that all figured out. If I hadn't done it, I don't know. So not to speak disparagingly of my neighbors, they're great neighbors.
Tom, let me see if there's other questions in the room before you speak again. Are there other questions from people who haven't had an opportunity to talk yet? Okay, Tom?
Yeah, by the statement, Sarah, you just made, are you saying this is a one-time, just this year that you're asking for this? That's the way I took that.
At this point, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, the reality of it is, who's gonna pave it? Who's gonna keep it, you know, when the pavement goes, when the pavement deteriorates? That's gonna be something that we're gonna have to figure out as well. So, I'm not gonna say never or always, but, at this time, that is the case.
Have you had an opportunity to have sort of long-term conversations with the city yet?
No. No, I've asked several questions of the city manager and have been ignored.
Other questions? If not, just so you know what the process is, but just so you know, for other people in the room, we will close the hearing now, and then after we've held all of the hearings, the board will go into closed deliberative session and talk about all the hearings and make decisions at that point in time. Decisions are issued in writing within 15 days. So that's where we are. Thank you. And if you want to just leave those there or bring them up, that's perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sharon Olson is next.
Do I have to, I'm on 40 Place with Sarah, and I'm not sure what I can add to.
I would come up and I will swear you in, and then if anybody has any questions, you know, you're certainly free to say ditto.
Okay.
So we understand that there are several of you from that neck of the woods. We just want to give each of you your opportunity. So let me administer the oath to you. Under pains and penalties of perjury, do you solemnly swear that the evidence you give in the cause under consideration shall be the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. So if you'd like to share anything more, or?
I've lived there for 33 years, and when I bought the property, I was told it was a private drive, but that it would be maintained by the city, and it had been for 33 years. So I don't understand, like, as far as past precedents on that, it just seems pretty unfair that all of a sudden we got, 2 months notice that they weren't going to do that anymore for us. And it is a concern about what else isn't going to be done as far as pavement and such that has always been taken care of.
Okay, any questions for Sharon? Yeah, Tom?
You're on mute, Tom.
Was it paved when you moved in?
Yes.
Do you have any idea the history of the paving?
Excuse me?
Do you know when it was paved?
I have no idea. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. They have repaved it once since I've lived there.
You said someone did repave it?
Yeah. I don't remember what year that was, but maybe 10 years ago, thereabouts.
And as far as you know, it was the city?
Yes, the city.
Yeah.
And as far as water, sewer, anything like that, it does raise concern for us that live on the street now as far as what expectations are of us. But with property taxes, water and sewer, everything being raised, and then on top of it asked to now pay all these, extra expenses, it's pretty stressful.
You said that you were told at the time of purchase it was a private drive. Do you recall who told you that?
Pretty sure it was the real estate agent.
But it wasn't anyone from the city?
No, I didn't talk to anybody.
Are there other questions for Sharon? Or Carly, do you have anything to add on this particular one? All right.
Okay,
Thank you. We will officially close this hearing, and you heard me say that decisions are mailed out within 15 days.
Yes.
And do we have the Jandricks here?
No.
Okay. So 37 Fortney Place, which is the next one on the agenda, is another property that's in the same ballpark. They're asking for an abatement associated with the plowing on Fortney Place. So are there any questions from board members with regards to the Jandrick appeal? Okay, I will declare that one officially closed. Oh, I'm sorry. Tom?
Yeah, I guess for Carly, what makes a private road private and the other roads public? I mean, how do we know and why is that? This was just how has a private road become a private road, or how does it begin that way?
I wasn't involved in Brian's decision or the process in which they determined that this road in particular was private, but usually what happens is the developer, when they subdivide the land, that when the buildings are first developed, that's when the road is made either private or not private. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, I just not really. I mean, and maybe you can't, but I don't understand. So a developer creates the road rather than, I mean, aren't all the roads created by a developer? Maybe that's not true.
Sometimes, some of the roads are like pre-planned by the city. We have what we call paper streets in various cities, where there are some roads with parcels off of them that the road isn't developed, the parcels aren't developed, but the city already owns what is the street. Sometimes you'll see a developer comes in and they really want to develop in that area, and the city says, hey, we're not gonna do the road, but you can go ahead and do your condo association, or you can do a planned unit development, and that's usually how you end up with a private road. Does that answer your question?
Well, yeah, this will help too. This private road has other city services, right? Like sewer and water. Is that accurate or no?
Yes, I believe they have municipal water and sewer to those homes. But you can run pipes from the city connection that are larger that then connect to the smaller houses. Does that make sense? I don't know what's under the ground though. I'm not an engineer.
Thank you.
Okay, so we'll close the Jandrick hearing for 37 Fortney Place. And we have the Ulrichs. Anyone here representing them?
No.
Okay. This is for 49 Fortney Place. Is there any questions or comments specifically with regards to 49 Fortney Place?
The question on the form, it says to see attached, and I don't see.
I didn't print out entire packets. There would have been hundreds of pages. I just, the cover page, you were sent the full packet.
So that, I can look at.
Yeah.
So that was the email that.
Yes, in the email, everybody was sent the full packet for review.
And the attached to this, because I did print them out, was a letter from John that says, I'm requesting a property tax abatement due to the recent policy change that shifts snow removal responsibilities and costs to property owners. Previously, this service was provided by the city and funded through existing taxes. With this change, I now incur additional out-of-pocket expenses for snow removal without a corresponding reduction in taxes. I believe an adjustment or credit would fairly reflect the reduced level of city services. So, okay, well, we will close this hearing. And move on to the next item on our agenda, which is the Kimberly Campbell Estate. And it looks like Eric Morse is the point of contact. Come on up. Eric. I will administer the oath to you. Under pains and penalties of perjury, do you solemnly swear that the evidence you give and the cause under consideration shall be the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, would you like to share with us what your request is about?
Simply to have tax abatement. I've left my house since the 2023 flood. I haven't recovered from the flood. I've moved out of the house. Nobody's living in the house.
Okay, are there any questions for Mr. Morse? Yeah.
Mr. Moore, so you're saying that the house is unlivable?
Yes.
Have you been working with the city with regards to any of the buyout programs or?
I didn't, first of all, let me say, because I need to say it for my own, I can't see. I'm getting cataract surgery in 3 weeks. Currently, I'm nearly blind. If that's why everything's a problem. I just have to get off my chest. I worked with Capstone. The lady I was working with Capstone suggested I could seek tax abatement this year. I'm not sure what the end result of the house is going to be. I don't think it should be rebuilt. The property is too small to properly remediate the flooding issues. There's just not enough property there to make a livable home with the flooding issues that we keep having. I don't want to rebuild.
Okay. Are there other questions? Michael?
So going back from 2023's flood, we set up a protocol on how we're going to deal with flood damages.
Mm-hmm.
Correct? And I can't remember that process. I just can't remember it. And there was questions that we were asking of people, and if this is flood-related damages, then, because I think one of them was the basement. I can't remember.
Did you see the materials that came from Mr. Morse? Because it is the flood abatement form.
Okay. Sorry.
This one it was specific to the flooding in '24, but it was, the same form was used for '23. So, and yes, there's sections in here that talk about what areas were impacted, what damage did you lose, access to utilities, etc.
Sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, Patty.
Patty Bisson, I have a question about, and thank you, Eric, for being here. And I don't have your too, so glad you're here. The question where has your property been condemned or deemed permanently unoccupiable? I'm just affirming that the city has that status for this property. Do you know?
Yeah, there's a sign on the front that says contact city manager before entry.
Okay.
Because it is condemned.
All right, thank you for clarifying that.
Other questions of Mr. Morse from the board? Amanda?
Yes, hi. I am just reading over the paperwork, and with apologies, some of the material was sort of cut off in the scan. What I believe I'm understanding to be is that the property has not been occupied or usable since July 2023, sort of alongside where we asked what period of time it was deemed uninhabitable. It says July and then is cut off. Can you just confirm that length of time?
Yes, it is July 2023.
And that is straight to today?
Yes.
Thank you.
Other questions? If not, I've got questions for Carly. You got anything you'd like to share first?
I guess I can just start by saying that we took over as the assessors, the value of, this is 3 3rd Street, right?
Yes.
the assessed value was 66,500. In April 2024, we lowered it, the assessed value to 13,000 by taking a lot of value off the building, off the dwelling itself. So most of the remaining, it's split 50-50 between the remaining value being the land and the building.
Okay, so that's the value that currently stands.
Mm-hmm, yes, yeah.
Amanda?
Hold hand, sorry.
That's okay. Other questions, either of Carly or Mr. Morse? Yeah, Tom?
Probably demonstrating my ignorance, but just a question. So what, if an adjustment has been made by the city, reducing the value of the property and therefore the tax, does that in effect take care of the issue? I guess that's for Carly. Maybe not. But. You understand my question?
Yeah, I can say that the property would have been taxed the entire 23-24 year at the 66,500. And of course, the flooding was 10 days into that year.
Oh, yeah.
So there were taxes collected at that rate for that year, and then it was reduced the following year and continues to be at the reduced rate this year now. So,
okay.
Just to let you know where things are.
Sure.
So.
And remind me, what is the request? Mr. Morris's request is to reduce it to no value or some particular value?
He didn't put a dollar amount in his request. So, you know, it would be up to the board to determine what, if anything, is fair.
And we can presume that Curly, you know, the office took a look at the value of the property in light of the current conditions, obviously, which would have been after the flooding.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you know, Carly, were you able to get into the property or just from the exterior?
I didn't go into this one. I'm assuming it's from the exterior. We didn't get into all of them.
Thank you.
Morse, just to confirm, you haven't been using the property at all, and the water and sewer and everything, and electricity and everything?
No, as a matter of fact, this past year, I finally got the oil out of the, I'd gotten an oil delivery a week before the flood. I just got the oil out just before this winter. Finally got the oil out of the basement because my tank this time didn't tip over. 2010, when I got flooded, the oil tank had tipped over and that destroyed everything. That's another story, but that's why I don't want to rebuild that. I've been through a few floods in that property, and I don't think anybody should be living there. I don't think there's value in a property that shouldn't be built on. That's why, like I said, I'm encouraged to seek abatement by capstone. And I can use all the help I can get.
Okay. Are there further questions? Yeah, Patty.
One more, Mr. Morris, just to clarify, your abatement request was for property tax, but also it was noted for sewer and water. Is that still your intention for us to do
Just
that?
property tax this year because I have no sewer and water on the house this year. I haven't been, I got the water approved, there's been no sewer going through that. That's.
Okay, all right. Thanks, sir.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming in. You heard me mention before that what will happen is after we've got one more hearing. After that, this board will go into a closed deliberative session and decisions will come out in writing in 15 days. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck with your eyes.
So we're focused on that, but. Okay, we have one more. Do we have anyone here representing 18 West Street? Okay. This is, it was submitted by Stone and Browning Property Management, and it's for property owned by Topper and Mary McFawn. As I do want to just ask, is there anyone here who feels that they would, Topper and Mary are well known, who feels that they would have any kind of a conflict hearing and acting on this particular appeal request, abatement request? Okay, good. So they're not here in front of us. We don't have a representative. We will discuss it in deliberative session, but here in an open session, does anyone have anything that they would like to ask or say at this stage of the game? Okay, then we will close that hearing. And I believe the next thing on our agenda is to go into deliberative session. I would entertain a motion to do so.
Second.
Tess and Patty? Okay. All those in favor of going into deliberative session signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And those opposed? Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you, Sharon.
Thank you.
Okay.
Can I make a request
Yeah,
to do the non-14 ones first?
Yeah.
And then I can just take off?
yeah, makes perfect sense. All right, so because we've got people on the line, we'll stay sort of spread out here. So the first one is the 16 Willie Street request from John LePage, associated with the frozen outside faucet, frozen and broken outside faucet. Anyone have any questions or thoughts or recommendations? If you look at the documentation, it looks like the increase, his typical monthly bills for water are right around $100, 80 to 90, $95. This particular bill was $158. And it also, because sewer is a percentage of the amount of water that goes through your meter, it also increased the amount that he was charged for sewer. So I don't know if anybody has, yeah, Michael?
Again, it's been a while, but the standard would be abate the water, but abate the sewer, but not the water, because it didn't go into the sewer.
That, we've done that kind of stuff in the past. Yeah.
That would be what I would recommend, because the water was still used, but it wasn't sewer.
I'm concerned about the fact that it appears that it took more than 2 months from when the high reading was identified to when the broken pipe was identified. And so there is some accountability necessary by the property owners. It's just, Patty, you had something?
Yeah, I've been participated in a situation like this before. So is there a standard of expectation that we try to keep for consistency of the homeowner's, action timeline? This comes to light and then within 2 weeks, 3 weeks, some sort of action is taken by the homeowner to determine the cause. And if they pass that, then we're kind of like, mea culpa, but I didn't know if there's a history of kind of a thought pattern that we considered in the past, or even should.
Is that Amanda? It doesn't look like her. Is that you, Amanda, with your face and your hair up?
Yes, I'm sorry. I didn't want to show my mug in public. I've been in bed for 3 days, very sick, so apologies. I wanted to speak briefly to Patty's comment, question. My memory.
Well, Amanda, just wait 1 minute after I made comments and
We recorded a short bit. I don't think we said anything
There's something.
actionable. So Cheryl will write up the decisions and work with me to get them signed and mailed out. And we'll go from there. Anything else to come before the board while we're here? If not, I will adjourn us. I can just do it.
Just do it.
I have a power.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you all. Thank you, yes, thank you for showing up. Thank you on those that were online.
Feel better, Amanda?
Yes, she's already gone.
And we'll be back on Thursday.
Yeah, right, BCA is Thursday for pre-election. I will not be here
Same
for
place,
that.
different hat.
Yes.
I will not be here for that because I'm running elections in Waterbury next
How
week.
did you get that job? Because all the folks quit and now
I
what's going
named
on?
my price and they said, sure, we'll pay that. I should have. I've been going higher with each one of my, when I went to Orange, it was so much. When I went to Plainfield, it was more. When I went to Berlin, it was more. Now it's more with Waterbury. Haven't hit a ceiling yet, so.
I don't know that I want to leave these.
Oh, yeah, I'll take them. Or actually, Cheryl, you should probably put those in the record. Yeah, great, thank you.
Did you need me to sign that paper? I don't think my,
Okay, how about you?
I haven't picked up anything over here.
I could sign at the bottom if it doesn't.
Other than that, it's fine.
I'm overextended, definitely, but.
Good.
It doesn't, it didn't feel overextended until Nicholas left. Now I feel like, because we're right at the point with the TIF project, that there's all this stuff happening that's not in my
How are you doing?
but everybody's coming to me with questions. Electric conduits, and I'm like, I got nothing to do with any of it. Yeah, but Nicholas is here, Brian's not sure what it is. I don't care. Yeah, other than that.
Well, I can see it.
You're in charge.
Brett.
It's like.
He doesn't know the
I did one thing. They needed a signature from somebody, they needed a signature from Nicholas, and they said, who's that? I said, well, Brad, it's been acting manager, so send it to him. They did, he signed it. That's all that matters.
And once you know it, you can't.
Well, you have a lovely evening, everybody.
But it's hard to say if it was like, if
Stay out of
someone
trouble.
outside the
I'm just
house
grateful that we're not getting the storm. I have family down on Cape Cod, and they're,
driveway is long.
pushing 30 inches.
Oh my
Well,
goodness, this sucks.
That's
Are you
the question
serious?
evaluation,
I
right?
didn't
They got like the biggest, because of the way that it turned, it turned and clipped. Cape just sticks out there, so.
But I mean, if after maintaining your driveway,
That's some bullshit.
so it's kind of like, oh.
And it's my brother and his wife, and they actually left yesterday morning and flew to Hilton Head for the meeting. And they managed
I
to
can see
get
why the
down,
people are, I
North Carolina, South
Oh,
Carolina.
But from evaluation,
Yeah.
it's kind of hard to be like.
They did actually get down there, no problem, and their son is house sitting
I mean, because you
for
could argue.
and dealing with
Those
that.
on the drive was pretty long, but I don't think
Oh,
that's
yeah.
negative on his
Oh,
side.
All right, right, so what do we need to do here?
I don't know, but
Right.
I made a
That
comment.
way,
Who knows,
Okay.
one of your neighbors might get really
I made a
interested.
comment about how we should abate the city